Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of Hermitcraft. I am recording this one not too long after I've done the prank on Iskall, so I am really hoping that all of you enjoy that episode. Looking forward to seeing your feedback. And right now, feeling a bit bummed out, to be fair. Not in the best of moods, which is never really a good way to start recording an episode, right? But I feel like I just want to have a chat with you guys. See, I'm actually really passionate about what I do here. It means a lot to me, and feedback and negativity, most of the times you sort of brush it off. Usually there's an odd person going, "Xisuma, I hate you, you're rubbish," and it's like, haha, whatever. If someone's, that angry while everyone else is okay, it's probably something going on with them. But Hermit Quest, not going very good at all, is it? Feedback on that series hasn't been great. The series has gone kind of south, and really it's probably my fault. Well, it is my fault. Didn't play very well. My team didn't do very good, and the feedback has really kind of gotten to me a little bit. And I just kind of wanted to say, I don't play very well in a team. I'm not making that a secret. I'm not trying to be Mr. Perfect or anything like that. I'm very aware that when I play in teams, I can be bossy, and that's just the way my brain works. I'm always trying to think about what's going on directly in front of me, and that obviously works very well when you're playing by yourself on Minecraft in a little world like this. Playing in a team, not so good. So just wanted to kind of clear that up. These elevators here, they keep breaking, which is really frustrating. I haven't been able to get hold of Doc because he's built them on the server as well, so I was kind of curious if he had a fix for them or something like that. But when it comes to these elevators, I tried to make it really, really clear in that episode, and I don't think my message got through at all. So I want to try and explain it one more time. I put out my video with all of these different elevator designs, and I got tons of comments saying, "You should have used this elevator design, you should have used that one." Every elevator design is unique and different. And when you've got a vision of how you want to get around your base, then not all of those elevator designs match that. And some of the ones that were being suggested required placing a block, standing on the block, and it would move you up, then breaking it at the top. It's kind of not how I want to get around my base. So that's why I've ended up with these ones. Now, this one was broken last time that I tested it. That is so strange. Now it's fixed itself. Well, the one down here was definitely broken. Oh yeah, if you move about a little bit like I did, you can mess up the falling down process. Are you now fixed? No? So that one's still broken. Anyway, that leads us to this area, which is kind of perfect because I actually forgot that I've done a load of stuff down here and that I needed to show you. So with the progress of this floor, it's really about me repeating the process that I've already done over there and then making some decisions on where the water's going to flow down and all of that stuff. So these have come down a little bit lower than last time you saw them now. Decided to make these spikes bigger, and now they sort of go up on the opposite side into that area there, at which point we'll be constructing a roof. Now this floor down here is going to be kind of massive. There'll probably be a big old thing around here to look at, and then a lot of space between this and the floor, as I don't think the floor is going to be at this level. But we got a lot more to do above us than below us at the moment, and finishing this floor is one of the things I want to do in this episode. So as I wander around here, you can kind of get a sense of what I've been up to. We have a floor over here, a floor with some fabulous lighting glitches. Look at that. It kind of looks amazing. I believe there is probably just a torch directly below there, right? And with all the light... Oh, it's actually over to that side by one. I thought it would have been below the slab. Let's block that off. Yeah, it's underneath that block, yet it affects that one. So what about that side? That's got an air block there as well. That's so strange. Why does it illuminate that one? We'll get rid of those. Or maybe we should try and take advantage of that, actually. If we kept these floors dark... Ooh... and then illuminated all of this, that would give this place a very interesting vibe. We're going to experiment with that. Okay, that was a spontaneous idea. So going over onto this side, it's a similar kind of deal. All of this stuff has been done. And yeah, we got these bits on the other sides. Various amounts of the pillars below have been done, and I've just been grinding it away. So anyway, we've got an experiment to start this one off with. I'll dig away the space below this. We'll spam a whole bunch of torches here, and we'll see if we can reproduce that lighting glitch. So there are two spots here where it likes to break through and that effect happens. I don't know why. Only in those two spots though. But here's what I'm thinking. Maybe it's got something to do with the light levels the surrounding area. So if we block this off, then the test is going to be pretty contained. And over here you can see, do you know what, we'll block it off there. So we've got a big chunk over on that side. And then we might see some more consistency, and it's changed, but it's not consistent. So bizarre. I really don't know what to make of that. I think I'm going to expand what we're doing here a little bit more, see if we can make a difference, but that idea may not be enforceable, unfortunately. I expanded it a little bit more. There's almost some consistency coming in here. I do wonder, though, are we going to change the light levels in front of us by blocking this off? This might require an update now, which I think I can do by breaking these blocks. There you go, back to normal. Nope, I do not understand the mysteries of this, do I? It still kind of looks like light's coming through there. Aha! I've solved it! I've solved it. So in order to do that, you have to have no light coming through whatsoever. That's kind of cool. Okay, I could have figured that out by using F3, right? Light is 0, but then again it's... Oh yeah, it's 0 here, but it doesn't have the thing underneath it. Alright, so we go over here, and sky 1, block 1. Right, okay, so we kind of know how we could do that, but unfortunately, I don't want to block off the front of this. So I've got 3 different things I want to do this episode, and before we get to those, I kind of want to keep working on this area. I haven't run out of steam yet. I've been enjoying the digging. Can you see how like big and open and ominous it's becoming? I'm loving this. At first, and with some of the feedback I got as well, I don't think this was quite coming together the way I envisioned it, but now that I opened up the area behind it, it's looking pretty epic, and I think what's going to happen is these walls back here are going to go further back. That's the direction that feels right. So underneath this walkway we need to sort out the roof, and then that will peel back into this area, and then the scale just gets bigger. But what I want to focus on right now is what's not as big, because as you can see, I've been doing a lot of digging. This area up the top here, I've left in a little bit of a platform in that corner, and some of the other ones I've dug them away. Going to do something quite simple, which is to simply wrap these paths around the corner and connect them up. I've got no idea what's going to happen in this space right here, or if we're going to build a structure in the corner. I did have an idea to build a tower there. Maybe we'll do that. But yeah, going to focus on connecting all of these paths together. So please excuse the darkness. It is a little bit dingy around here, isn't it? I really need to sort out a proper place for the lighting. We're not going to leave these torches here forever. But they light it up enough for us to see, so we've continued with the blue wall around the top, which is cool, and then we've just continued the wall style as well, and it meets up in the corner with this 2x2 bit here, which is fine by me. Yeah, what else is there to talk about? I've constructed this in the middle. You can see that there are some variated blocks here. Well, that is the same as what we've done just over there where I'm pointing at, those pillars. So that's going to continue going down through here, and I want it to go all the way to the bottom. Now, I don't know where the actual floor of the next level of the base will be, but this will be the tower that holds it on top, as currently these things are just dropping down. I will reply to Tango in just a moment. Yeah, now my train of thought has been interrupted. Oh yeah, this little gap here is the next challenge. I think I might change up this corner style here. We just need to bring these bricks down to the end here. It's going to be different from these ones because of course you've got that section. Although what I might do is actually include the clay in the slabs just at the front here, and then maybe that'll help us tie it to that bit. That's looking okay. I like that a lot actually. It depends how far down it stretches. There needs to be some sort of end to this structure that we're building, and I don't know how it's going to meet up with our farm down here at the bottom, which, you know, is ready to go actually. I could probably get that up and running soon. If we go in a little bit closer though, I think it looks strange where this comes down and it doesn't have something on the side of it. But I have added in those slabs and clay, and it all lines up pretty nicely, and we're done with this for now. We've talked about it for too much. I'm going to go in there and work on this some more in the live streams and between episodes. Right now though, we're going to go to one of our 3 things that we need to do this episode, and that is to work on an entrance to this place, okay, from the outside area, as we are very soon going to be taking steps into this outside area and starting to redevelop this land and make it more homely and interesting, and not just dirt, you know, actually put something out here. But we want an entrance first of all, and I dug one out. I dug a very small entrance. We want to make this a lot bigger. So you can see it right here. It's a little tunnel that goes up onto the second floor. That is the one with the acacia wood. Actually, it goes down. It goes down there. The acacia wood and this stuff, the concrete powder. This was going to be a potion storage room. I'm going to move that somewhere else now. This is going to get opened up a lot more. And I have been considering ripping this pillar out as well. So when you're up the top there, it isn't all symmetrical all the way around. Let's record at night, shall we? Probably a bad idea, but I really like the atmosphere of this place at night. And here is our entrance. I kind of measured the distance from one spot to another, and then divided that by the height that it had to go at, and so now we've got this steady slope ready for a path. This little bit right here, this sort of hallway entrance, we're probably not going to be doing today. My plans are always very ambitious, and I've just spent a lot of time kind of just staring at this area and wondering what we're going to do. Now, one thing I'd like to point out is that there's this natural bulge around here where you feel like you want to center in on and put your entrance there, but we want it to line up with the base. So things will have to change around here. But as you can see, I've sort of put in a bit of a structure. What I want to do is put in a giant gate, and I was half thinking about adding some towers, some structures here as well, but I don't think it's going to work. And after doing this, I've just realised I might be horribly unprepared. So I think what I'm going to do is alternate stone bricks and cobblestone going into this thing. This is too deep though, because the first thing that I placed was actually kind of incorrect. So after that, we'll have this going up, and it will basically take this shape and sort of push it outwards a little bit, but then behind it what I actually want to do is have cobblestone like this going up, and it will be replaced there, and then maybe something, just smaller here like so, and then we put some fence posts here, and it would be like a fenced off entrance, and then that can be cobble going all the way to the top and filling in that gap, which will leave us with room to perhaps put something there, some sort of symbol made with a handful of blocks. This also looks a little bit low at the moment, so I think I'm going to push it up a bit. I'm not so sure. I like the shape. I think the scale is a little bit small for what I'm after. We're going to have to keep making modifications to this thing. I was trying to add something else alongside this because I realised that with it being grey, it's just going to blend in a little bit and not really pop out at you, and I'm not really sure how to change that. However, there is one other material here that might help us. These stone bricks, they're still grey, but they're lighter as well, and so maybe we have like a final thing on the outside like this, and that might help make it pop a little bit, but I am really not sure. I'm thinking I'm just going to tear this thing down and try again at this point, because it is not coming together too well. Oh, and also I've got some oak fences here as well, which we're going to go in this position, and then I thought from below what we could possibly do is redstone this. Isn't it really annoying when you're trying to place and you see the game try and eat as the chicken sort of does that? It's really irritating. So yes, we could redstone this from below and have it push up the gates, and then how would it pull it down? Actually, I'm not sure. I don't think that would work, would it? I think you've got to push it up from below and also push it down from the other side, so maybe this should actually be behind where the cobblestone is. So that is far more like it, and this stone brick trim here really added like a break that was required in order for that to kind of fit in snugly, and it's got a nice sense of scale about it, but it just feels like it's missing something. Maybe that's some cobblestone walls with torches on them for lighting perhaps, although we were going to try and avoid using torches, although for this kind of theme it would almost fit in. I'm not sure. If you've got any ideas, leave a suggestion. I really do feel like that is missing something, some sort of detail to go in this area. But that'll be the entrance, and eventually we'll move this back, and there'll be like a redstone set up here, so we can have an actual functioning fence gate. And yeah, now we've got a way to connect the base out to the outside area, which we're going to come back to later on. As I did say, there were 3 different things that I wanted to do in this episode. We've now done one of them, and it's time to go do the next. So let's peel it back to the beginning of this episode. We were talking about elevators and stuff like that. Right now what we're going to do is a little bit of an experiment. I wasn't planning on doing an experiment, but as I walked over here I thought, you know what, we can just do this now. So, actually this answers my question. For some reason I thought that was only at the floor above. Of course it comes down to this one. Right, so there's enough room for that to be involved here. Now, when it goes down to the floor below, I got no idea how big that is going to end up being. I've sort of got some ideas that I'm always juggling. But anyway, in the opposite corner, we're going to have an elevator system as well. We're going to do a different one over there. And I had loads of feedback about what we did. And I think my favourite feedback came from one comment in particular which said, why don't you just use static minecarts that stay in the same place? You can even colour code the floors. And I thought, yeah, that's a really great idea. So you've probably seen these systems many times before. You have your static minecart sitting on top of a trapdoor, or, hang on, I've gone up too high. On top of a trapdoor or a ladder. What we're going to do here though is put it on top of a stained piece of glass like that, so it can actually just be in the middle of this room, which is interesting because when I was lining up the area down below and seeing where it would meet up with those floors, it kind of ended up being like in the middle of this path, and I thought, why don't we just embrace that? You know, you can walk over to the side if you want to go past it. This is eventually going to lead out to the iron farm, but then you've got the option to go down or to go up, so you can click on that and you can make your way all the way to the top. Hold down shift, it puts you out on the side, that's very nice. Then you can walk over to this floor. To get down though, I've used trapdoors, so I can't actually hold shift until I get to this floor, and now I've seen a fundamental problem with the way that I've done that. Why did I not think of that before? That's a total derp moment, isn't it? Yeah, of course, the player needs to fall through there. I'm having a rough day, peeps, you'll have to forgive me. It's just one of those days where nothing feels like it's going your way, and everything's just a bit slow and sluggish. It's taken me a long time to do everything you've seen so far, and I just don't know why. So yep, one more on the derp counter, and now I guess I am going to have to refigure out how to do the position of this thing, I guess. Maybe move it over to the left more, or I don't know, because it's not going to fit in the middle of the path like this. But anyway, you see the concept. The other thing I was going to mention is that I used a ladder on a different position. So the idea would be here is that when you get out of this one, you can hold down shift if it drops you in the middle, and that means you kind of, you know, stand on top of the ladder and you stay on that floor if that's the one that you want to get off at. Whereas the other ones, you don't have that option, so you just go straight down. And you'll hit a glass pane if you're a dummy like me. So I built this area up a little bit, although it is unfinished. Not sure how I'm going to do the ceiling and stuff. I've just been trying to do the practical stuff today and not worry about the aesthetics, and in a weird way, it's kind of taken me a long time. I know you probably don't like hearing YouTubers moan about how long it takes to make a video. It's not that. It's not like that at all. It's just that, I don't know, the way I'm playing today just feels very slow and sluggish. I always want to get a lot done, and I've had plenty of time, but I've just been umming and ahhing and changing my mind and building stuff and then undoing it. And where I decided to wrap this so closely to what was next to it, we're going to include a little bit of redstone there as well. That actually looks pretty cool. I'm happy with that. Let's finish it off. It's going to be another couple blocks on that side, and then we'll probably end up just doing the same thing over here, right? Filling in that space like so. Something wrong there, isn't there? Oh, I've put that too close over on this side. Yeah, okay, so I've got to move that back and then it will all look good. Right, that confused me for a second. Then it means, aha, that doesn't actually line up. Okay, so this lines up with that bit, and there it lines up with that. I've done it wrong, peeps, I've done it wrong. But anyway, let's try this for the first time together, as I haven't really seen what I've built up above. So you're going to go upwards, and then you're going to start seeing orange, letting you know that that's the floor you're on. But then all of a sudden it goes to green, and you know that you're going up to this one. So if you drop down through this system, orange, hold shift, and look at that. You land on the orange floor. And then you might struggle to... Oh, okay, you've got to walk that way. That's kind of a pain in the butt. So then going down from here, you can see you've got orange. Then that will change to another colour to indicate you need to hold down shift. Now, because we're using trapdoors, the shift won't do anything until you're actually on that floor, which is where the ladder is going to be. Wasn't there a minecart here? I thought I put a minecart in that gap. Apparently I didn't. Well, okay then. So anyway, that's how that system's going to work. It'll be color-coded. I'm going to leave this project for now. It'll be something we do perhaps in some of the episodes and on live streams. And like I said, 3 things that I wanted to show you. I've shown you 2 of them. Let's go to the third one, which actually isn't on this server, believe it or not. Before we leave this place, we need to take to the skies and we need to look at the outside of our island here, where there is nothing but dirt because we've waged war on mycelium and we've won. There is only one block in the island and it is carefully contained. But as we go around here, just look at these land masses, look at all the dirt, and know that I'm going to be transforming this area. It's not all going to stay as dirt. We want to transform it and make it look really good. That bit is obvious, but the way I want to do this is divide the area up into different mini biomes or areas that have different themes. So some of them can be very overgrown, some of them could be dead and lifeless, and I need your help with this. Look at False's area, looking amazing over there. False has been building on the outside of the area. I have just been stuck underground on the inside. That is going to change though. I will be doing some building along with these biomes, but yeah, the biomes is what we need to get going here. And so I've set up a plot world that you can join, and you get a 25 by 25 area, and on there you can build your own little block palette. So some sort of set of blocks or even a little bit of terrain if you want to do that as well. That can give me some ideas for theming these areas. I reckon we'll probably end up with like 6 or 7 in total, as there's a large amount of space around here. But yeah, we'll be cordoning it off, dividing it up and creating some custom biomes around here. So welcome to the plot worlds. The IP address for this server is stream.xisumavoid.com. It is in Minecraft 1.12, and when you're on here, if you would like a plot, you type in /p space auto, and that will automatically give you a plot. Now a plot is 25 by 25 blocks, which is more than enough, and a whole bunch of people have come on here already and been extremely creative. I have been flying around this world for a while, actually looking for one plot in particular which I can't find anymore, which is really sad. And I've seen so many fantastic ideas, and then I noticed this one right in front of me looking pretty fantastic as well. There are lots of ideas here, and I just need the time to fly around and settle my mind on which ones. I particularly like this one because it's green, grey and purple, which are my colours of course, and as we fly around we'll see all sorts of different biome designs and ideas. We'll see some cute and cuddly foxes as well, and there are just so many things here to get inspiration from. So if you'd like to be a part of helping me figure out what we're going to build, then you're welcome to come on here. I do want to have one biome that's going to make use of orange blocks. I know that. I think this might be a little bit too much orange here. That's one thing that I've kept in mind, and I want to do a plot with some trees that are in a waterlogged swamp, and I believe that's what this one is, but it seems as if someone's come on here and decided that they wanted to remove all of the trees after all, and they've spawned in a guardian who's now all on their lonesome. Anyway, there are tons of amazing plots here. As I fly around, we'll see a couple of cool things. I love these trees. I love it when you take a tree and replace it with a different block type. There are so many ideas at work here, and what we'll probably end up doing is taking little bits of ideas from all the different plots. Look at that tree right there. Imagine that in a swamp. That look really cool and majestic. There are just tremendous amounts of ideas. The inspiration is flowing, but this is what we're going to be doing. Going to be grabbing ideas from these plots and then taking them to the server. Now this one here, mycelium biome, someone here is pulling my leg, I'll tell you. I've just removed this biome. Now they're suggesting I put it back. I don't know what to say. This one right here is excellent. I love the way they've mixed clay and some of the hardened clay with the prismarine blocks. That would make a really cool biome. I'm just not sure where on the island to put it. But I'm not selling my mind on any of these yet. I've just been flying around getting some inspiration. There are so many cool ideas here. And here is another one that I am very tempted to go with. There's one thing that I'm not so keen on here. It's the birch wood, because it's kind of obviously wood when you're close to it. But when you're further away, that's pretty fantastic terrain there. Very nice use of colours. It's kind of like a sandstony desert, but there's enough grass and dirt in there to make it feel really homely. I think this is something we're definitely going to do. The birchwood puts me off, but I feel like it's the right thing to do to try and go with that plot. So there's probably a few more around here. I'm going to fly and point out some other significant ones that I've seen. Well, this feels all too familiar. Someone here pulling my leg again, suggesting a wastelands biome. No thanks, I've done too many of those, I tell ya. But next to them though, some really nice ideas for gardens that would actually fit in with that biome that I showed you a moment ago. So this is what I'm on about with the inspiration. With your help, we're going to make this island gorgeous. This one over here, also really nice. Not as yellow, but very nice as well. And if we just go in this direction a little bit, there is a biome here that I think is superb, this white and purple. I don't think it'll fit into what we're doing on the island. I'm not sure if we're even going to have a snowy biome, but I love that one. That looks really awesome. And next to it, this one here with the gravel and the iron, kind of like an industrial wasteland plot. I'm very tempted by this one. I feel like with a few more blocks, this could definitely become something interesting. I think I'm going to end this little exploration of the world with this plot here. Of course, you want to explore it for yourself, even if you don't fancy building, you're more than welcome to log on. And I love this. It's very Iscalium-like. I'm sure Iscal will approve of this one. I love the quartz, the iron, and the snow blocks. It doesn't feel very cold to me, though, which I find kind of interesting. I get a different sort of response from it. But the white and green here looking kind of superb. Anyway, it's time for us to head back onto the Hermitcraft server. If you want to come on this one, remember it's stream.xisumavoid.com. So we're back on Hermitcraft. I've just come over here to check the entrance out. I like this more every time I see it, you know. I feel like it needs some work, but it's definitely cool. And as we walk down here, I'm going to do what I don't really need to do, but I feel like saying it. This episode, I don't know, it hasn't felt as smooth as they usually do. And of course, as a creator, I kind of want to vent that out. I spent a lot of time on this one, though, believe me. All of this work that we've done down here, it was fun to do. I enjoyed some digging, you know, but it took its time. Anyway, that's going to be it from me this episode. Don't forget to go onto the Plot World server and check it out. And if you've enjoyed this video, then leave a like as always. Thank you so much for your support. And I'll see you in the next one. Ciao for now. Bye-bye.